All right, everybody. Football Friday, quick show today. Let's get right to it.
My biggest problem with it is obviously the anonymity of all of the comments and all of the quotes and all of the things that we have had reported, whether it was Josina Anderson around the combine, recently with this quote from an offensive coach who says he's entitled, who says he puts the blame. I watched Shedeur Sanders get damn near killed for 2 years at Colorado. And I never saw him berate a lineman on the sideline. I never saw him cuss or scream at a coach. And you're hearing these things like entitled and these little pieces of the characteristics of his personality when we had a number 1 overall draft pick get arrested for being orderly and drunk. And we had more people coming out and saying, okay, here is who the real Baker Mayfield is. Don't watch this video. Don't believe that what you saw of him is who he is. He's a good person. He's a good leader. He's this. We had more anonymous people saying those things. Shedeur Sanders never been arrested. Shedeur Sanders has never been in trouble. Shedeur Sanders has never misused his names to the point of taking advantage of people. You have Johnny Manziel, who missed the first game of his last year against Rice for Texas A&M because he was suspended. You have Johnny Manziel, who ended up getting a whole documentary about how effed up he was away from the field, but there was no anonymous talk about him. There was no one coming out and saying Johnny Manziel isn't a good person. Johnny Manziel is entitled. Johnny Manziel has an alcohol issue. And so to me, the way that Shedeur Sanders has been covered seems purposeful. It seems that there is.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm watching the draft just like the rest of y'all, and I see Shedeur Sanders is falling in the draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't draft him at number 21, so a lot of people wondering where he's going to go, what's going to happen. And listen, man, all it takes is one team to like you or love you, and they draft you. But I'm watching the draft and I'm seeing a bunch of people talking about, hey, well, Shedeur is not getting drafted because in the first round because he doesn't have anything special. There's nothing special to him. It's like, and whenever I hear somebody say that, I just know they have not watched any of this man's film, any of it.
Bring up the quote. I'm in my feelings about this right now. Maybe it's because the draft is tomorrow. Bring up the quote. Bring it up. The worst Formula I've ever been in my life. He's so entitled. Horrible. He's not that. Shut up, anonymous coach. I am so triggered by this. Shut up. This is not only anonymous. I think it's tasteless. I think the timing is ridiculous. The worst formal interview I've ever. Is it really? Is it? Or are you just going for a headline? Or maybe have you not been in that many interviews in your career? This is the worst one.
The Jeff Fox Show, brought to you by Remix Sports Media.
All right, then. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Howdy. Wait a minute. I got to do it again. Howdy.
Howdy. What up, though? What up, though?
Hey,
Damn.
the
What
traveling
a-
man.
Yeah. Fitz the world traveler, man. I just want to be on the team, man. I just want to be along for the ride. I carry your luggage,
I can fit in a luggage.
Yeah, I'll be your PR guy. Mr. Davis isn't taking any questions right now.
I
Yeah.
love the both of you. Much love. to both of you. But
Don't be trying to throw no love, because I think you
I,
didn't promise that you was going somewhere else. I think you
hey,
said I'm in Detroit.
yeah,
This was
yeah, I'm in Dallas right now. But
the other
let's
D.
I'm in the wrong
The other
business.
D.
but let's do this now. Let's dispense with the pleasantries.
Yeah.
I ain't been on the show in a little bit, and I miss you all, and I've been doing traveling. But again, let's dispense with the pleasantries. Let's get a knife and fork out. Let's don't even go to the starter or the appetizers. I want to get into this, Fox. You hear me,
Yeah.
James Jones? I want to get into this character assassination.
Yeah.
I want to get into this.
I have Jordan is joining us. Can
Yeah.
I go first, because I'm going to let you guys take the
There's a slight echo.
me.
Is it me? Is it me?
I don't know. It's not you. I hear it. Well, I hear,
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
you know. Okay. Well, I guess they'll let us know if they hear anything. I hear a slight delay, but it hasn't been. It's not that bad, you know. But before we bring Jordan on, I'm texting Jenny at like 2:00 in the morning that I'm PO'd, you know, and just reacting for what I saw on social media, and you guys saw the clips at the top of the show. A lot of questions out there, a lot of questions, and even some people in the media attacking each other over this. So
Mhm.
I think we're making too much of nothing. Why does everything gotta be about race and all of that? And you know,
I mean, I hate to call a spade, but let's call a spade a spade.
yeah,
I'm not one that I'm definitely not one that's going to say, play the race card when, yeah, I'm just not one to play the race card when that's not what it is. But sometimes when stuff is blatant, it's in your face. I see you. Wait a minute, did y'all catch that? That was some.
uh-huh,
I see you.
no doubt.
All of you who didn't pick Shador, I see you.
Yeah, I mean, there were some valid reasons why, and this and that.
No, it
But
wasn't Jeff. No, Jeff, no valid. No,
no,
I ain't letting you. I'm not letting you come through with that, babe. Nothing valid.
oh, well, no.
Okay.
When I say valid, though, there's some teams that didn't need a quarterback. So clearly,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, you
that-
might want to rephrase
Okay.
that, because you
Rephrase that.
you jumped in all wrong with
No,
that.
no, I'm not going to rephrase it because it's true. There was some. If I don't need a quarterback, I'm not drafting.
I know what we're saying
Nobody.
though is the way you said it was like
Yeah.
you were siding with the wrong side.
No.
So what I'm saying is you didn't quite phrase it, I think, the way that you wanted to phrase it.
I'm gonna give him love, Jenny. I think he didn't mean it like that. I understand what Jeff was saying. That the validity was some teams didn't need him.
Right.
I get it.
We get that.
I get
We
it.
get that.
Well, let's welcome a guy who actually got up on the stage on draft day and shook Roger Goodell's hand. The great
All right.
Jordan Tucker.
Not really. The only female in the room.
What up, though, Jordan? What up? What up?
Hey, Jordan.
Can you hear me? How we doing?
Oh man, you
Wow.
sound so much better today.
Perfect. I got the Wi-Fi reboosted. I rebooted my computer just to make sure that we were on time and we didn't have any more struggles. So I'm glad to be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Blame
welcome
it on-
back to the show,
Blame it
man.
on Jenny Jones.
Hey,
I
hey,
tried
can't
to
even do
email.
it.
I tried
even
to
do
email
it.
early, and somehow I got the email wrong. So
It's okay.
my bad.
No
hey,
issues.
Jordan, welcome back. But let me preface this, baby. The knives are out today. Blades. I hope you brought
know.
your blade. The knives are out. I got
know.
mine.
I
Okay.
know. Me and Miss Jenny were texting last night about it, and I told y'all he was gonna slip.
Oh,
I
no
told
Wait a
doubt.
minute. Can I say something? Then you guys can just pour on with your professional types of player that he is, and your you can jump in with that, but let me just say this. I'm so sorry that they ruined what's supposed to be a very special night in that young man's life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, it happens to some other players, but I don't think Brady would be wasting his time on somebody who's not draft worthy, and he's the GOAT.
Jenny,
So,
if I'm
and I
Jenny,
yield the
okay.
floor.
Jenny, I hate to jump in, but Jenny, before I give to Jordan and to Jeff, it wasn't just about Shador.
It wasn't.
This is something that goes on time and time and time again. I can just name you player after player after player. Jordan, no, I'm telling the truth. It happens every year to multiple guys, and they slip in the draft for anonymous stuff, character assassinations, and I'm tired of it. It's too many. It's not just Shador. It's too many. I seen it happen to Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Okay, that's definitely when I saw it happen to him.
I couldn't agree more. I think last year we saw it with Caleb Williams with character assassination, whether because he was crying after he lost a game, people were bringing that up. People were bringing him painting his nails, which to each your own. I'd never do it, but I'm not going to sit there and put you later in the draft class just because you got black nails on. I think it is it's becoming a little bit more common where character flaws are becoming reasons why players drop out of rounds, and it's not something that I agree with, but it's kind of what the draft is turning into. You're seeing a lot of shots being taken at players' characters now. And and also this is Deion's, this is Primetime's kid. I mean, we're talking about character. I mean, Deion, he put his own character in the game. He let teams know that he wasn't going to go to where they wanted him on draft night. And he kept that same presence throughout his entire career, whether it was him celebrating after catching a pick on the goal line and celebrating for 99 yards, or whether it was him going on offense, just like Travis Hunter wants to do, and just making that opinion known in itself. And I think a lot of NFL teams and GMs are kind of taking what they felt about Deion and putting that on Shador as well. So I don't think it's just not fair.
Here's my question. So as a quarterback, do you or do you not need the quality of confidence? I mean, for real, because that seems like what they're trying to attack as far as his character, because what else is there? Not getting in trouble, not going to jail. I mean, he's, except for his confidence, he's doing things the right way. And I'm not saying that his confidence is the wrong way, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, because the young man has confidence in himself, which to be a athlete that's at the top of his game, whether it's at the college level or the pro level, you got to have confidence and you got to believe in yourself.
I think what you see as confidence and what a lot of Black people see as confidence, a lot of even our own, who knows, they see it as cockiness and arrogance. That's why they take that's what excuse they make to not draft him. They understand it's confidence. You have to be to make it in the NFL. It doesn't matter what position you are. You have to be confident in your ability to play the game. You have to speak life into your game. That's what you should be doing as a player. You see it out of the best stars of the game. They want the ball. They want the ball when it comes down to crunch time. They want the ball in their hands. Defensive side of the ball, they want the package that's going to make them the star on the field to make the play. Shador has that confidence. We've seen it for the past his entire college career, all the way into him in high school. We've seen this confidence. What people are confusing it as is arrogance and cockiness, just because he knows he's good. And a lot of people like to make the excuse of where he played, who he's playing against, and how he reacts to those people that he's playing as his cockiness, which I don't agree with at all.
Well, Jordan, like yourself, I was up late night wondering what the hell's going on. And I've heard from both sides. Like, there are some people, even us, black people,
Right.
who think that this was a lesson. Like, this was an attempt to humble both Deion Primetime Sanders and his children.
Absolutely.
Humble them because they were too brash, too cocky, as Jenny said, too confident. And I could see that. I could see the NFL having an unwritten rule or an unofficial document sent to all the franchises that nobody drafts Shador in round one. Now I can see that.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't
At all.
surprise me. I mean, this wasn't a draft. This is one of the few drafts where you saw only 2 trades in the first round. I mean, in a weak quarterback draft, not a lot of teams are begging for a quarterback. Some teams need a quarterback, but I don't know. It did feel like an opportunity to humble the Sanders family, and that's all it was. It was just an opportunity to humble the Sanders family.
Okay, but the money that he brings to the program, and I'm real quick, the money that he can bring to the program, because they were seat fillers and seat thrillers, because stars from all walks were coming to see them play, coming to sit on the sidelines. I mean, you're talking jersey sales, concession sales. What about the bag? Did we forget about that?
They've been had it. The NFL is not worried about a jersey sale. They're not, especially when it comes to a team like where we were looking at for Shador, like New York, Cleveland, maybe Pittsburgh later today. Like, these are teams that are built on money. They don't care about your jersey sales. They don't care. They want somebody to win a football game, and they also want somebody.
At least I thought they did.
Right.
Yeah,
I thought they wanted
last
somebody to win a football game, but honestly, we don't know now. We don't know, but I know it has nothing to do with the jersey sales. It has nothing to do with the promotion of, oh, Shador's coming to New York. We're gonna sell out jerseys, and that's gonna be our marketing. I mean, that's so beyond the NFL that. Like they make so much, they make so much money, they don't have to worry about that.
Let me say this. Okay, but we were playing, granted, Shador is not Taylor Swift.
True.
But they played up that angle to no end, and it was about the money. Mm-hmm. Because you're not showing the players on the field, you're showing Taylor Swift up in the box.
Right.
So, the NFL wants all the money that they can get. That's why they're trying to add different, another game, or, to the schedule, shorten the preseason, extend the season.
Sure.
So we can't say that it's not about the money. It is a $1 billion industry, but I like Jeff was saying, an opportunity to maybe dish out some humble pie.
Right.
And give me 1 second, Fitz, to just say this. This was bullshit. Call it what it was. It was bullshit. It's blatant, and I hate to resort to that, but black folks are not surprised by what we saw last night. We're not surprised. We see it every day. It hits home with us.
Yeah.
There was some degree where I thought the league tried to put the Sanders family in the box where they think they belong. Mm-hmm. Deion is confident. He exudes that. He's brash. He's unapologetically black. It's who he is.
Right.
And there are some people who are not comfortable with that. And so there was a smear campaign, as you eloquently put it before, when you joined us earlier, that Shador was just going down steadily throughout the media. This was all calculated.
Right.
And we saw it come, full circle last night. Now, I've been attacked by some colleagues in the media who say, oh, why you always got to pull a race card? Why you always got to go there? Why can't it just be his talent, or he can't read the field or whatever? Nah, I've seen enough of Shador Sanders to know he was first-round material. Mm-hmm. You had two franchises, the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers, both desperately in need of a quarterback. Who passed on this young man? Explain that to me.
Oh, Jeff, if I may, Jordan, let just allow Pastor
ahead.
Fitzgerald, let Pastor Fitz here for a minute.
He finna
I
preach.
I heard this statement: if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. And I equate this to us as fans, and if you want to take us as our people, we keep loving an industry or teams that don't love us.
That don't love us.
Yeah, I watch it. We pay all this money, us being fans, fanatics,
Mhm.
and you watch how they treat us. They never lower the ticket prices and do such, but we blindly follow these teams. And then they wonder, then we're sitting here today wondering, why do they treat Shador like this or Lamar Jackson? Unless we change our input, we are not going to get a different output. And that has a lot to do with the money that we spend and such. But Jeff, let me piggyback on what you just said. The character assassination, right? We said that, Jordan. And
Mhm.
then printed that. First, they take an anonymous person, but then someone takes that anonymous and prints it. Which they don't have to put that out there. That was a choice to do that. They chose to put that out there. They didn't have to do it. And then I'm gonna give this back to you. If you take Shador's resume, because I like to take color out of it when I can, I go factual. If you took a blind resume of Shador Sanders' accomplishments in college, just took his name off it, and you saw what that person accomplished at Jackson State and at the University of Colorado. Percentage, completion, touchdowns, interceptions, yardage, accolades. You try to tell me that would not be a first-round draft pick, Jordan? Blind resume. You
Blind.
just put it down.
I think blind resume in this year's draft class specifically, he's a first-round quarterback.
Come on. Exactly.
I don't understand why a lot of I think I take that back. We completely understand why he was passed up on.
Yes.
But with the blind resume aspect of it, it just doesn't make sense because you can pick and take away from everybody's game, every quarterback's game. You can say he didn't have great pocket presence, he didn't throw the ball away. How many quarterbacks in the NFL do that today? Over half.
When they're running for their life, they're throwing it away.
Over half the quarterbacks don't know how to throw the ball away, some of them don't know how to slide early. So I don't know what's the comparison? Why are you taking away so much from this kid when it's his character that you're questioning, when there's really no question about his game? He's a quarterback. He didn't have the best offensive line any of his years. Not one at Jackson State, not two at Colorado. He was running for his life. But he was completing passes. He was making the big time throws downfield. You didn't see him struggle with his arm talent. You didn't see him struggle with accuracy. The most you saw was his pocket presence. You didn't have to question if he knew the game of ball. You didn't have to question if he knew how to play quarterback. Where sometimes in the draft class, for example, on Wednesday, we were talking about Jalen Milroe, and I've heard a lot more negative comments about Shador's game than I have heard Milroe's, which is completely confusing to me. I don't know if it's just everybody's forgotten about Milroe because I'm seeing that Pittsburgh might take him, and I'm just like,
what?
Yeah, what? If Pittsburgh's gonna take the shot on Milroe, I've lost all hope in the draft process. I really have. I think players are just they're gonna stay in college for as long as they want, like they already are. And then they're going to play their rookie contract, and then they're going to go elsewhere, which is, it's kind of the name of the game, but the draft process is starting to, it's becoming a show. And that's what the NFL is. It's becoming a show. It's becoming who looks the best, who talks the best, who acts the best, instead of who's going to go win me a Super Bowl. Who's going to go win me a Super Bowl?
If anybody's built for this moment, I think it's Shador Sanders.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
just
yeah.
check out his reaction last night after not getting picked.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
I hope Shador go out there. I hope he go on that field and throw for 500 yards every game
Come on.
and 7 touchdowns.
Hey, Jeff, I'm gonna go back to Jordan and what you said. There's about 20 teams I can understand did not have a need for a quarterback.
Mhm.
Right.
But there's about 6 or 7 that we can rattle off real quickly, and maybe 3 or 4 real quickly.
Including
Need a
my
quarterback.
Raiders.
And
Yep.
then to the point, Jordan, you look at next year's draft and the year after. I don't see a whole lot of guys in the crop coming up who are better than Shador Sanders or Cam Ward. That
Agreed.
what I'm saying, Jeff, is that when I make these statements, I look and see what's coming down the pathway. So when you're watching a team like the Giants, the Browns, or you're watching the Raiders, and you're like, where are they going to get this guy? Because I'm looking at next year's crop. It don't look no better than this year's crop. Jordan, you tell me, am I missing something?
Let me take a quick look at next year's crop. I was just thinking, just seeing that video, it just made me kind of reminisce about my draft night and or my draft weekend, and even seeing my quarterback Sam Howell, who was slated to be a first-round pick, even as early as his freshman year, and to see him drop to, I believe it was either the 4th or the 5th round. I mean, it's very confusing at times because it was like they said it was a weak quarterback class. When I came out as well, you saw quarterbacks go higher than some should, and you saw some quarterbacks go a lot lower than they should have.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where he lands, though. I think he's got a great head on his shoulders to even stand in front of that crowd of family and friends and show that maturity and confidence. There was nothing cocky about what he just said, but I guarantee you plenty of people are going to nitpick and find, this is cocky. This is arrogant of him to say, we'll be chosen day 2. When it's just his confidence. That's what people don't understand. And I think that's what most black people naturally understand, that no, you got to flaunt what you got, or else nobody's going to see it.
Right. But also, do teams not take quarterbacks even though they don't need them? We've seen it. Yeah, we don't need a quarterback, but this guy, we take him. Maybe we might use it for a trade up, to get somebody else that that we really need. But we've seen it time and time again also where they've taken quarterbacks and they didn't need them. Because
I got a quick answer. Sorry, JD. I got a quick answer to your next year's draft class question, Fitz, and it is not looking good. They've got the top 3 is Arch Manning, Nico, that's at UCLA now, and Drew Aller out of Penn State. And Drew Aller single-handedly lost them that championship. I don't know if it was the championship game or the semifinal game, but he single-handedly lost them that football game with that interception throwing across the middle. So I don't even want to see his name on a draft board. Nico's worried about the wrong things. Nico's trying to get $4 million when he's worth about 1.5. So I don't want to see his name on the board.
He ain't UCLA now.
Arch Manning is the only prospect that I can trust right now. He hasn't played any ball, but when he has been put in the situations, he's shown you that he can deliver. I'm excited to see how he plays football. Any other quarterback, I don't know what's going on. We'll see.
I'm not trying to be a shit starter, right? But I got to tell you guys. There were some words thrown around last night on social media and in private conversations words like plantation owners, words like, yeah, very harsh words. Words like, too cocky, too brash, too all of that. And a lot of racial overtones in regards to the Sanders family.
Yeah.
Is that fair criticism? Is that exactly? Because I'm not trying to start something, but it's not just me who sees it. Are we making too much of something, and are we pulling the race card? In your opinion, each one of you, in your opinions.
I'll let y'all attack that one first, so I can get my thoughts together on this one.
Okay. Want to be starting something? You
And
gotta
so
be starting something.
I'm trying to put
You
you
gotta
on the
be
spot, but
yeah, baby.
let's have a
What you
frank
think?
conversation. Let's have a
Well,
frank conversation.
It's real.
let's do this example. Archie Manning, what's the son's name?
Eli.
Eli.
You're talking
No,
about Peyton and Eli.
Peyton and Eli.
Mhm.
That legacy there.
Mhm.
If the next Manning that you said is coming out, maybe the next draft class,
Mhm.
He could come out.
if
Yep.
he comes out with that same confidence, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at the legacy behind him. You're looking at the legacy behind Shador. So if I mean, you know what I'm saying? Is it going to be you're cocky, you're brash, you're whatever?
Oh,
That's
Hey,
both football legacies.
let me add one caveat. His uncle said 20 years ago, "Don't draft me," to several teams.
and
Because Archie
Exactly.
Manning said, "Don't draft my son, San Diego, because he won't play one down for your bad franchise." Do y'all remember that?
I absolutely remember that.
Why wouldn't Arch Manning out of Texas, with his grandfather, said, "Hey, don't draft my grandson.
we're not going.
We ain't going there
We're not
because
going.
you guys aren't about winning." Hmm.
It's
There's a
just
rap song out, guys, by a rapper, I think, out of Memphis, that says it's cool when they do it. It's a
oh my
problem when I do it. You know what I'm talking about? It's
I
cool
know
when they
it.
do it.
I
It's
said that
problem.
I said that last part in my head, but you
Yeah.
yes.
So
Hey,
again, it needs to be called out. It
you got to
needs
be
to be
called
called
out.
out because
I
the mainstream media will not have these type of discussions.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I think even simplifying it towards like, I mean, if Arch could do whatever he wants this year,
Yeah.
he could get a DUI game. He could get a DUI game one. He's going to be a first rounder.
He's starting.
He's going to be a first rounder, and you can't say the same for a lot of black quarterbacks, which is it's sad. I mean it's nothing new, but it's sad. You always have to go above and beyond to even meet the status quo. So
How about this, Jordan? He has made more money than anybody in college football the last 2 years, and he don't start.
he's made more money than I'm pretty sure anybody in the
Anybody.
history of college football with
Did you?
NIL, because he's been here since the NIL and he has played maybe
What, 60 down?
60 snaps. Like
Jeff, look it up. Arch Manning has made more money in NIL than anybody.
They moved the goalposts. They moved
every
the
time. They're gonna do it every time. They're gonna do it every time. Because even with Nico asking for $4 million and he's not worth $4 million.
Who does he think he is?
Let Arch have asked that question.
But Jordan, how about this? At least Nico played.
Nico
At least
did
he
play.
played, and he did
Nico
take
did
his
play.
team to the playoffs. Arch
He sure
Manning
did.
making 3.5, and he chilling like me.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, right?
Just saying.
Just saying.
It's not just
I'm
me.
just saying.
It is. It's hard. It's hard to not want to pull the race card, but it's just so.
Yeah.
It's just so. It's every day. It's not
It's there.
something that you can escape. It's something that you see every day in media, every single day in the draft rooms. I mean, come on, man. Like,
Well,
I haven't had.
let's just kind of deviate from that. Enough with the angriness. there was a moment where we could all be very happy last night,
Right.
and that was when Cam Ward went number 1 from the University of Miami. Cam Ward.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What school was that, Jeff? I didn't hear you. What
From
school?
the U.
Oh,
The
okay.
University of Miami.
I got the U for you. I got the U for you.
Oh, stop it, Jordan.
I got the just to honor Cam Ward. Just to honor Cam. I got the U.
All right, young fella.
And Cam Ward was just the moment, the post pick interview, he showed how much it moved him. I was so happy for this kid. Not highly recruited out of high school. What a great story Cam Ward is.
Right.
Your thoughts?
I think real quickly, I just think that's one of the beautiful things about the transfer portal. You can see a kid that wasn't highly recruited out of high school and see him develop elsewhere and then bring a whole different beast to a team and help them compete and honestly help his own draft success and help his own career. It's just incredible to see it. I mean, Travis Hunter, 5-star athlete, number 1 athlete in the country. You knew where he was going to go, but Cam Ward, he was a story. He was a story to tell. He broke records at Miami. I put this on everything. I would have been scared to see that Cam Ward at Miami. I really would have. We had a defense that flew around, could get to the quarterback, but seeing him in the backfield would have brought a completely different feeling to the game. And I think that's what he's going to bring to the NFL day one. So I'm very excited to see what he can do. Very excited to see what he can do.
He can play.
Yeah.
How could you not love Cam Ward?
Right.
This is right after he had a moment with one of his offensive linemen from the University of Miami.
Yep.
And they shared this moment right here.
Hey, hold on, this live? Hold on, let me see the crib. With the fit?
Come on, gang. I already knew what you was on.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see you get a bucket real quick. Hey! What happened when we in that red zone? What show it is? C1 show. Cam Ward show. Appreciate you, G. Appreciate it, man. Love you, boy.
Go do what you gotta do.
I got you, G. I'm gonna hit you. My man Inez Cooper, my right guard. We got a good relationship. Somebody who gon' bring it every day, just like I want to. His mindset never changes. He's somebody that you want to be teammates with and play for every Saturday. And I just think his joy and what he brings every day in the locker room is a big reason why we connected.
Guys, I saw that first game against the Gators, and I was like, thank you, God. Like, against Florida, I'd never seen Cam Ward before. I'd only heard that we got a great quarterback. And after that Gator game, the opening game of last season, I was like, thank you, God.
That's a quarterback.
He's no secret. I live in Seattle too. I watched him at Washington State for 2 years. He played against my man, the Chicago Bears. He played against the young man who's with Atlanta. Michael Penix. Cam put up numbers. He just didn't have the squad. But the West Coast had a lot of great quarterbacks. I told my boys, if he comes to Miami, he's going to tear it up. Jordan, here's the thing. Jeff, Jenny, Jordan knows this. A baller is a baller is a baller. Ballers, game recognized game.
For sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He had game.
Absolutely.
And if he had suited up for the Tar Heels, he would have tore it up. The boy could play. Just could play.
Don't get me excited, man. Don't get me excited. I'm happy we finally signed the quarterback. Just
ballers are ballers.
You know what's cool? They actually compared Cam Ward to another great former Tennessee Titan quarterback.
Warren Moon.
No, not Warren Moon.
No,
was it Steve McNair?
Right? Yes, sir.
Steve McNair.
Yes, take a look at this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Ward
and I don't throw this.
Wait, here we go.
Ward, and I don't throw this around lightly. Looks a lot like Steve McNair at Alcorn State.
There's the pressure. McNair escapes. Throws across the middle. That's Kobe Jenkins.
Pressure again. Ward steps up, looking across the field. Beautiful catch made.
Watching Cam Ward, he said, reminds him of working out Steve McNair.
Steve McNair.
Watching McNair, then watching Ward, just that sense of calmness on every play. Like they always know what the answer is going to be.
You want to read the name I put on top of this? What's that name right there? Can you read that name?
Steve McNair.
It reminds me a little bit, ironically, Steve McNair.
When you bring up Steve McNair here in Tennessee, that's not useless, bud. That's something that really, really rings some bells here.
I see a lot of Steve McNair in Cam Ward.
They have the exact same build. Steve McNair was sub 6'2". I think they are almost the exact same height as Cam Ward. Cam Ward was 219, I think, at the combine. I think McNair was like 223. And McNair was my comparison even from a few months ago. I think it's a pretty easy comparison, one I've started to really like as I kind of even have sat and marinated on a little bit.
Uncanny. Like, really. Like, it was like watching that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant video.
Yeah.
You know, when they were making all the same moves.
Yep.
That's what I saw with Cam Ward and Steve McNair. And if he's another coming of Steve McNair, oh boy.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Well, I to me,
yeah,
Cam has game like Caleb Williams. Because Caleb Williams, whatever people want to say about him, they just haven't figured it out with him with Chicago. Caleb Williams is a bad dude.
You know, they figured it out. Stop letting him get sacked.
Yeah,
they do that. But I watch Caleb Williams, Jeff. That guy's an escape artist. Ward and him are similar with stuff that they can do, how they can play a breakdown. And Jordan knows what I'm talking about, where, say, a guy misses the block, those guys can cover for it.
Easily.
It never happened.
Easily in the same breath. And that's what it takes to be a top tier quarterback. That's all it takes to be being able to make up for the mistakes of others, be a game manager. Be a game manager while also being able to make every throw, make every read, and not just put your team in the best position to win. And I think Cam did that on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
Not the entire and even when he dug himself a hole for his team, he was the one to bring himself out of that hole. For example, the Cal game. I mean, there's a lot of good tape there. There's a lot of good tape for any Titans fans that just want to watch who Cam Ward is. Go watch that Cal game. Go watch that Cal game.
I like his calmness, though. You know, along with his skill, the calmness that allow you to not let the moment get too big around you or not let the errors consume you. Just next play. Right. Next play. I got this. I got you. Next play.
If I may say this one thing, Jeff, I'm going to give it back to you. When we started with Shedeur, this is why this was such a bad move by the Giants, where I don't know if it's a football move. If you look at their division, who they're dealing with, they need a top flight quarterback to compete. You've got the Super Bowl champ in Philly. You got the kid in Washington who can play, right? And you got Dak in Dallas. What are the Giants going to really roll out there? They should even try to move up to get Cam Ward.
They got three edge rushers now.
Great defense, no offense.
Yep. Great front seven on defense. Outside of that, you're not looking at much else from the Giants.
They can't score.
The dumbest organization in the NFL.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. And Jordan, that removes them. That Saquon Barkley just, to me, dismisses them for any decisions that they make. They need to be questioned by us. Anything the Giants do has to be questioned.
Yeah, they're on punishment on my end for 10 years.
Yeah. and based on the failed Daniel Jones experiment.
Oh my God.
They're doing a 10-year bid on any of my game systems, any social media apps. I've got them blocked. They got rid of a couple of my boys. I'm over it, New York. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Hey, Jeff, is the Saquon Barkley similar to the Luka?
Yes, very much so.
As
Very
stupid,
much so.
stupid is as stupid does. Is that
That's probably the best comparison.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shador Sanders is right there for you, and you pick Jackson Dort. Not that he's a terrible player, but he's just another,
That's a Zach Wilson pick. That's a Zach Wilson pick.
It is. It is.
Here's why they went wrong with Shador and why Cam is so special and why both guys made headlines throughout the entire season a year ago. Because sometimes when you have a quarterback on your team, you're going to need your quarterback to go out there and win the game for you and save you. You know what I mean? You got 2 minutes left. He's got to go out there and make it happen. That's not always on the team. Sometimes it falls on your quarterback, and you can't be ordinary. You got to be extraordinary. You know what I mean? And Cam, as you put it, did that several times in the Cal game, for example. I thought UM was cooked.
I did
You
too.
didn't think so? And I saw Shador do the same thing. Everybody saw it. So why all of a sudden are we questioning his cockiness, his brashness? We're not looking at what he does on the field. Did you ever see him get up after being sacked and berate one of his O-linemen or yell at them? I never saw it. It's crazy.
And honestly, Jackson Dart, I watched him the entire season. I think he's a fantastic quarterback. I think he'll have a couple good he'll have a good NFL career. Possibly. That's his ceiling.
Wow.
Did he win? What were the games that you looked at where you say Jackson Dart won them that game? They had two incredible running backs in one of the best receiving rooms in the nation. On top of that, one of the top defensive lines in the nation with a powerful secondary. So I mean, that Ole Miss was a team. They were a team. They were a full team. I didn't see a lot of Jackson Dart. I didn't see the Jackson Dart show. I didn't see, he's winning this game. He's dominating this game for us. It was truly a full team effort, which you could only respect. Shador had to get it out the mud a lot of the times. And he had to find what wasn't available and make a play. And I don't know. I think you know what you're getting in Shador, and that's a playmaker who you've got to teach how to make how to not take bad decisions, not take sacks, not do this, or take a sack, not throw the ball, not throw a pick.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart, I don't know what I'm getting.
But also, New York is the type of city that if you don't have that confidence to play there, you are not going to make it there.
They're going to eat you alive.
Because their fans are no joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Shador would have been a perfect fit there.
Yeah.
For that aspect as well, for that, just for that reason as well, because the moment wasn't going to be too big for him. The fans, the fan base, because New York is that spotlight.
Right.
It is that spotlight. So if you go to play there, you got to have the confidence because those fans will eat you alive.
Yeah. Giants just Giants and the Steelers. He's right there. A generational quarterback. Do you believe, Jordan, that Shador Sanders is a generational quarterback or just pretty good?
Honestly, right now, I think he's pretty good. He does have the ceiling to be a generational quarterback, though. I think he has the moxie, the ball knowledge, the athletic ability to be one of the greatest to ever do it, to be up there with the names of Manning, Brady, Favre, Newton, Lamar, like Mahomes. Like he can be up there. Josh Allen, like he can be up there in that same category.
Right.
It is going to take him some NFL years. He's going to have to become a vet to be that player.
There was another guy that went second out of Colorado, Travis Hunter. Everybody was excited to see him get picked. And, of course, they're very excited in Duval out there in Jacksonville. He's going to bring some excitement to that franchise. I expect to see the Jags at least 3 times in prime time next season. What are your thoughts?
They got those international games as well.
Yes. What do you think of Travis Hunter going to the Jags?
He's definitely going to play both ways. With Jacksonville, he's definitely going to play both ways. I think they have the youngest GM in the league, and they took a shot. They took a good shot. I think they hit. Travis, I think he's going to give Jacksonville everything that I think he was going to do that for any team that he went to, but Jacksonville is 300 miles from the house for him.
Yeah, born in West Palm Beach.
He's gonna enjoy himself in Duval, and I think he's gonna find a home where he's gonna stay for a long time. I think he's gonna bring an excitement back to, like, we had the Jalen Ramsey, and I don't know the last time we had a very explosive Jaguars receiver. Maybe Christian Kirk, if that. I think he was the last 1,000-yard receiver out of Jacksonville.
It's been a while.
I think he brings such an explosive game on both ends of the field, on both ends of the ball, and he will definitely play both sides of the ball in Jacksonville. It's just going to be amazing to see. I think it's a division that's kind of up for grabs a little bit. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see Travis in Jacksonville. I'm excited though.
What about the dynamic of him and what's his name, Jenny? Long hair, Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the golden hair.
Yeah.
It's 2 Georgia boys. I think they were, if I'm not mistaken, they'd be in the same, at least when I was playing, they would have been in the same region, and they would have been playing each other had that been the case. So I think they will both come to like each other a lot. I think there will be a lot to talk about, a lot to gel over. As far as I know, I think Trevor Lawrence is still a great quarterback. I think he's still in the upper tiers, upper half of the quarterbacks in the league.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I think he's pretty good. It's going to be more of a spotlight over there, now because, Jacksonville had to play second fiddle to the Miami Dolphins. But now Jacksonville is going to be must watch football games, because of that Travis Hunter dynamic.
Trevor Lawrence just needs to slide a yard earlier, and he needs to figure out what kind of receivers they got and stop throwing the ball to ETN. He's a running back. That's all, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. After that, I'm done.
No doubt. I don't know. But yeah, that's an interesting dynamic. My Raiders got Ashton Jenny, the guy we wanted. And how do you think the Raiders on offense now look with those great tight ends?
Great pick.
And him in the backfield.
Beef up the O-line and you're good.
Yeah.
That's all I could say. I think you got a great quarterback, a great game manager in Geno, one of the better game managers in the game. You got a good defense, a young defense too. You got to get an O-line. Tight ends, these are Hall of Fame tight ends. Like, you keep them for a while, they're going to be Hall of Fame tight ends. Brock Bowers is incredible. So I think Genchi, he's gonna be the back that everyone saw him as. 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yards, 8 touchdowns, maybe. I think that's a pretty good rookie year.
No doubt.
Pretty good rookie year. So no, I think he'll do great in Vegas. He'll do great in Vegas. And shout out the North Carolina Tar Heel first rounder going out to LA, the Chargers, going out there to take Najee's spot. So that's all I need.
That's what's up. What you got, Jenny?
What do you mean? What I got?
Your dirty birds, man. What y'all got? What y'all got? You know, I'm seeing y'all got a Georgia boy for that defense. You should be happy today.
Well, I want to see. You know, I'll wait and see. Because, like I said, I think we were. I'm not going to say that close,
right,
to the Super Bowl, but I mean, I felt like we were definitely trending and building in the right direction. So, yeah, just a couple of more pieces, and let's get in there. Let's get to contending for real.
No doubt. Jordan, definitely want to thank you for joining us today. This was a special draft review, and we wanted to get some things off of our chest.
I had plenty.
Which we felt we did. Any expectations for round 2? Where do you think Shedeur may go? And the cornerback from Michigan as well. Everybody's talking about him.
So the 3 things that maybe were on my mind was I think the steal of the first round is Emeka Egbuka, the receiver out of Ohio State, going to Tampa. I think that might have been the best pick in the draft, best pick in the first round. Honestly, I think getting Baker, another weapon, another good weapon with an already good defense. I mean, I think that's because the Bucs are contenders. Right. If they don't fumble the ball, they're contenders. So that's good. I think Will Johnson still being on the board is insane. I think that's the best corner in the draft. I thought he was going to go to the Lions, honestly. The Lions picked up a D tackle out of Ohio State, so might be a little tough love there. But Shedeur, I'm hoping he gets picked up. That's going to be all on my mind today with this clock is Cleveland's on the clock first. They need a quarterback.
Well, I tell you this, I wouldn't mind if my Raiders got him at 6.
I think that would be a good pick too. I think that would be a good pick.
Geno midterm for a couple of years.
Yeah. Geno's on his way out. He's got about 2 or 3 more good ones.
Yeah.
I think that wouldn't be a bad pick at all.
No doubt. No doubt. Thanks to Jordan Tuck, everybody. Joining us here on the Jeff Box Show. Always brings the knowledge, man. I wasn't trying to get you caught up in the whole civil rights thing.
Oh, trust me, I love it. I can't. Come on, man. We're home team here.
Yeah, no doubt, man, because that was just wrong last night, especially with the Steelers.
Right.
And what the Giants did.
Come on, Mike T. But
for real, man.
I appreciate y'all having me, and I love the conversation always.
No doubt. We'll do it again, all right?
Absolutely. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate
all right, Jordan.
No doubt. And, of course, Shannon, we got a surprise for our listeners. We will reveal it. Should we reveal it now or maybe?
Yeah, because we want them to make sure that they tune in.
All right.
Special show tomorrow. We're gonna be doing it South Florida style. So
special show by the pool, by the water.
By the water.
We're gonna be outside.
Watching the yachts go by. Yeah. I might jump out and swim on one or something, but yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should roll the blunts like Tupac did. Nah.
Yeah. Family friendly show. We're not rolling no blunts. No, but
I don't smoke. You know that. I'm just saying we're gonna be outside, so we ain't gonna know how to act for real. So we will let you know. Just keep following the show and check us out. We will, of course, go live on a Saturday. Can't wait.
Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be lit.
Yep, we'll have some more of this NFL draft talk. We'll follow up on the Shannon Sharpe news. Lots of other stuff to get into on the weekend here for
I think that Shannon Sharpe is that's sad. That's very sad.
No doubt. But we got to get up out of here, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace out, Shorty.
Peace, everybody.
This part was I don't understand. Because you gotta understand. See, bro, I don't even know what they're gonna do with me, bro, because they're doing you like this. Selfish, ain't it? by himself. They doing him, making him wait. Oh, buddy, me? Oh, hey, you good, bro? You good, bro? You know.
Job. I wouldn't want to put Travis Hunter in that position because I'd want to see him do this defensively, which is play the quarterback position. And to me, he enters the league today being able to do what Trayvon Diggs has done throughout his career. I want you to watch this vision. Right now, he's at the cloud corner. He's going to see quickly that it's a screen. Watch the vision to break. You go and finish. You don't have to be a killer. You just got to get him on the ground. There, he finishes, he gets up, and it's a tackle for loss. Now I want to see him run the route for the wide receiver. Watch as he smooths and he turns underneath him, gets his eyes back to the quarterback, and he high points the ball. Those sorts of skills translate right away. I want to show you this, and this
Ward, and I don't throw this around lightly, looks a lot like Steve McNair at Alcorn State.
There's the pressure. McNair escapes. Throws across the middle. That's Kobe Jenkins.
Pressure again. Ward steps up, looking across the field.
Watching Cam Ward, he said, reminds him of working out Steve McNair.
Steve McNair.
Watching McNair, then watching Ward, just that sense of calmness on every play. Like they always know what the answer is going to be.
You want to read the name I put on top of this? What's that name right there? Can you read that name?
Steve McNair. He reminds me.
The Jeff Fox Show, brought to you by Remix Sports Media.